Hello and welcome back to Pink Monarch Prints. My name is Bobby and I'm a guest designer. And today I just wanted to have fun making just some tags with you. Mainly this one right here. And what I've done is just created a peekaboo spot there. And then where you can, has a pocket on the inside and also a pocket on the back. And then I just did a mini journaling card here, but you could definitely do a larger journaling card that you could put in there. Lots of different ways to make toppers for these. You know, you can put tabs on here. You can put dangles on them. Just lots of fun different things that you can do to embellish these. But first, I wanted to show you the new paper kit in the Etsy shop. It's so beautiful, and it is the Blue Forest papers. And then these are the fussy cuts. I don't have them all, but I've got, you know, the tags and the other fussy cuts. And I just, you know, cut out some different ones to use with today's activities. But go check it out in the shop. It will probably be linked below. And that way you can also share in this. All right. But I wanted to show you these papers. There are 20 papers in the kit. And what I did is I printed 10 of them, and then I printed the other 10 on the back of these. So just ignore the corners. My printer decided it was going to eat my paper today, but I think I finally got that fixed. So here's some of the journaling pages, and there's one of the neutral backgrounds. Then you have this beautiful paper with the butterflies and the clock and the mushrooms. I just love that. And I love all the solid neutral backgrounds. Then we have this one with the mushrooms and the eggs, the rabbit, little squirrel in the tree. And this kind of reminds me of blue jean material. Then we have this one with the bird and the nest, the rabbit and the squirrels. I love the little woodland creatures. And then a beautiful floral background with some writing behind that. And then we've got some birds and butterflies. A darker pattern here. And then this is my favorite pattern, the blue mushrooms. I just love that pattern. And then we also have the trees and flowers here. Then we have this light blue floral and a pretty design on this one. We have a more neutral, and then we have some writing on this page, which I really like. It's kind of a dark blue, but then we have an even darker blue here with writing, and it looks like wet splatters, white splatters, and the floral here. And then we have this pattern and this one. So a beautiful paper kit. You get 20 papers in all. I believe in the fussy cuts, you get 3 full pages, and on the tags, I believe you get 5. But go check out the listing for those so you'll know for sure. And then we'll leave all those up there. Use those to decorate with. I did a little pre-cutting today so that I could save us a little bit of time. And so I used 65-pound cardstock to make these a little sturdier than just copy paper. And I copied on the front and the back. I cut the first one at 6.5 by 3.5. So this one is 6.5 by 3.5. And then I cut this one by 6. So it's 6 inches tall by 3.5. And we're going to use our scoreboard here. And we're going to score just slightly so that we can attach this to our other card. I think I'm just going to do 1/2 of an inch here. All right, so we have just a little bit to attach that. All right, don't need much, just enough to glue it on there. And then the other thing we're going to do before we do this is I'm going to add a hole. Now what I did was I created myself a template out of another tag I had, and I measured it across and up and down, and I marked that with pencils. You can see on the side some pencil marks so that I could center it. And then, so I have this as a template. And so I'm just going to line it up here with this one. And then I'm going to take my 2.5 inch paper punch and use that to punch through the hole. If you don't have this size, and of course use any size you have, you could also use a square. If you wanted to do a square, it doesn't have to be a circle. All right, so I'm going to hold on to that, and I'm going to line it up. And then I may have to pull this towards myself to punch it. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. This one is loud. All right. And here is my template. All right. And then you get some extra rounds that you can do something with. The one other thing I want to do before I glue these on is you can round your corners, or if you want them to look like a tag. So where did my other one go here? Well, what did I do with it? Sometimes I move things and then I don't know what I've done with them. Oh, there it is. So on this one, I did the tag cut on the sides. You can do that. Maybe for something different, I'll grab my corner rounder and we'll do that one. So let me grab that out of here. Here we go. And I'm going to round the corners on top and bottom. I think I'll just round the one side. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. And I'm just using my Bearly Arts glue. Okay. And I'm just going to eyeball that and center it up here. Now, if you want to put it more towards the top or more towards the bottom, it's just personal preference, however you want to do it. All right. So we'll give that just a second to dry. And I do want to open it to make sure it doesn't accidentally seep out and then cause that to, glue shut there. Okay, so let's decide what we want for our pocket on the back. Now, if you don't like the contrast here, you can always cover that up again with paper, but I don't mind it, so I'll just leave it. I think what I might do for a pocket here is I have this paper. I can either use this side here, or I can use one of the butterflies. And I think I'll go ahead and go with this paper here. I'm just going to cut it about maybe 2.5 inches tall. Let me measure that here. All right, we'll hold on to that. I'll use my hole punch here to cut a little notch in it. And I just kind of eyeball it. There we go. All right, and then we'll go ahead and glue this down, and our pocket on the back will be completed. And the reason I chose not to use the butterflies as the pocket is because I've got lots of different tags and that have the butterflies on them, and so I thought it'd be nice to have a little bit of a contrast here. Now you can ink these up. I should have probably inked that pocket before I glued that down, of course, but it's not necessary to ink. It's, it's just, again, it's your preference and how you like your things to look. Inked or uninked, either way is fine. Okay, so I'm going to leave that just like that, and then decide what we want to do on the inside. And we'll do a little something here too. So I want to create a different pocket in here, and here I made a slanted pocket, and I think we'll do that again. Do I want to use a different type of paper? Let me think here. I should have some extra pieces. Here we go. I wonder if this would work. I cut a tag out of that, but we may have enough left there still to make a pocket. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that one there. Just have to cut this off right here. Get rid of that. Okay. So let's just trim this up a little bit right here to get rid of the extra little scraps here. All right, and decide how tall of a pocket we want to have. I think that's good, and I am just going to freehand cut this. I'm going to go down, start at the corner here, and just kind of go down. And I'll round it off slightly, and then we can put it here and decide how tall we want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to follow the line right here. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead, and since these corners are rounded, I'm going to round these corners so that it'll be easier to match it up. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and put this down. This dark blue would have looked really pretty too. Okay, we'll give that just a moment to dry there. There we go. Oh, I'm liking that already. Now, you could add some sentiments in here if you wanted to fussy cut some of the smaller mushrooms off and add them. You could do that, definitely. What I'm going to do is I created a journaling card just out of my, I had some tea stain dyed index card, and so I just punched out one of the butterflies and a tab so that you can see the tab sticking out there. And when I have the index card in here, you'll be able to see the butterfly through there. Now I'm just noticing it's sticking out a little bit at the bottom, which I don't really like. So I'm just ever so slightly going to trim that off. And we'll see if that makes a difference. Just line my butterfly up in there. And we need to trim just a little bit more, not much. All right, that should have it for us. So I'm going to keep the index card like that, so it can be a pull in and out. There we go. Perfect. All right. And then I'm going to fill my pockets with some of my tags and different journaling cards. So there are some lovely journaling cards in here. You could glue a butterfly or a moth over here and then just slightly trim that portion there. We might do that. I'm going to ink up the sides just to help it stand out a little bit more. All right, so let's decide how we want this. And I want to cut off the least amount as possible So I'm going to put my finger right there so I know not to glue there. We'll go ahead and glue this down. It's fun just to sit down sometimes and just, create without necessarily a plan. Just, grab what you have available on your desk and just have fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to cut this little bit off here. And let's see. Find where to get my fingers. And I may have to trim a little bit from the other direction so that I can follow the circle. There we go. All right, I like that. So now we've got the butterfly there. Let's keep loading this up with a few more tags. Love this tag. Now you can pop holes in these if you want and add all kinds of string and lace. Or you can leave them, as they are. Let's see, do I have my paper punch in here with me? My little one-hole single punch, there it is. So let's go ahead and do this one. And then since there's always a little bit of white, I'm just going to take my ink there, kind of ink that up slightly to help get rid of the white. So you can still load quite a few pieces in there. You can even use, one of these rounds. Let's see. Thinking about maybe using this on the front. Might be a little big, but we'll think about that. All right. So let's see what else we could load in the back of our pockets here. And let's see, so we've got some more journaling cards here. We can add that. We've got lots of little tags, lots of beautiful butterflies and moths. I always say butterflies, but sometimes I think they are moths. When you think of moths, you think more of the ones that like fly at you when you've got a light flickering or something. You're like, no, I don't want a moth. But they're really pretty. Let's do the mushrooms here. And I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole. And I've got some different colored just string I brought in here with me. Let's see, where did I lay that? I got a little bit of everything going everywhere here. Okay. Let me move some of this out of the way. I'm sometimes a messy crafter. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm often messy. So I just had this laying around, and I thought, well, maybe we can see if any of the blues in here might match or look good. I'm seeing this one here. Thought it might be a good way to use this up. Oh, it looks like I'm going to have to cut this. I was hoping I could just pull it out of the middle here, but oh, there we go. All right, let me pull a little bit more and we'll get this in. That is a long piece of string. All right. Okay, well, we might be cutting that. Okay. Let me just go to here. And I'm also thinking about maybe grabbing a little bit of the green. I think the green will go well with the mushrooms and the forest animals. So let's see if we can find, oh, I see how this is. Okay, give me a second here and I'll pull the green out. Now I see how it's put together. All right, We got an end here. Let's bring it together. Okay. We'll set this over to the side. And I just wanted to tie a little something in this one. If you had 3 pieces, you could even braid it. That would be pretty. So we're just gonna pull some of this through here. Maybe chop that off a little bit. It's a little bit tall. All right. And set that in there. So again, you can keep loading these pockets up with as much as you like. Let's see, do we want a mushroom on the back? Oh, I like that one. All right, let me give it a little inking and we'll add this one to the back. There we go. All right, let me clean up here a little bit too. I'm getting a little messy and out of hand here. So let's clean up just a little bit so you ladies can actually see what I'm working on. I always say ladies, but there may be some gentlemen watching too. Okay, so we're going to add that there. And then all we need to do, you could add something here if you want. Maybe like the little rabbit. There's a smaller butterfly tag. I really like that tag. We're just going to punch a hole in that. And I have got some lace here. Let me grab a little bit of that. And we can make a tag for that. And what I'm thinking of doing with that, instead of, we can pull it through this way, or we can also just glue it on the top here. So let's see which way we like better. Sometimes when the lace is a little thicker, it's hard to do that. Yeah, I think we're going to. You could also staple this. You don't necessarily have to glue it. Let me see if I have my little stapler in here. Oh, I had it the other day, but I don't think I do now. So we will go ahead and glue it down this time. So I'm just going to put some glue around here. Set that down there. And then I will put a little more glue in here so that I can stick my ribbon to it. And there you go. You just need to let that dry a little bit, wipe off the excess glue, and you've got a beautiful tag there. I also have the cheesecloth. You can make a tag topper out of that. So we've got our pockets in there and on the back. And then on here, we've got our kind of a hidden journaling card. I see I need to trim this up ever so slightly here from where I added that little moth on the inside. And if you're having trouble getting every little bit of, paper out of there, just take your ink and just kind of ink that up around the circle. And that will help take care of that white. Okay, so we've got that. We've got this here. And then we've got our journaling card. And then on this one, I want to add a dangle and maybe a sentiment, or let's see what else we have that we could add down at the bottom here. The clock is pretty. You can always just trim straight across here and make yourself a little piece of ephemera. I do like the clock one. We've got the darker butterfly. That one is a butterfly. We've got a tag like this. You can make a little smaller pocket and add that there. We've got the large mushrooms, but I think that one is too big. I think I'm really, I kind of like, sorry if the thing is wiggling. I think I'm liking the snail the best. So let me just cut straight across here. We'll save this for something else. And I'm just going to ink that. We're going to add this down here, maybe round the corners. I don't know why rounding corners just always makes things look more finished to me. So I like to round the corners. Okay, there we go. And then I've got some chat words here from Tim Holtz. We'll just grab something off here. Let's see. I think I'm going to do something in white. What can we find here? It's the little things that make life big. I like that. Okay. It's a long one though, so we may have to cut it. So let's decide. I'm thinking about maybe putting it up here and then a little bit of it down there. So it's the little things that make, I'm going to cut it right there at that. And let's see, do we want to border it? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on there. You can use your trimmer if you like, or if you're like me and you just like to cut things, you can cut it. Kind of make your own little mat there for your words, little label. Don't be afraid to cut your pieces up to create other things because these are printables. You can always print them again. So that's a nice thing. All right, I'm going to add a little glue to this because it's not extremely sticky. And I'm going to put it down here next to my snail. There we go. So it says, the little things that make life big. I really like that, but I do still want to add a dangle to this. So I'm trying to decide if we want to add it here on the tab of the card or if we want to add it up here, I think on the tab of the card. So let me grab my crocodile and let me clean up some of my mess here. And we're also going to grab out one of our like bulldog, not bulldog clips, what do you call them? Like a paper clip thing here. All right. All right, so we got our crocodile here. Sorry, I'm just trying to clean up so it's not so distracting. Okay. Here we go. Now, I created a dangle for this earlier, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. But there's so many things you could use to make a dangle with. You can use beads. You can use paper pieces from the kit here. You can use ribbon, lace, whatever you want. Okay, so we're going to be putting, I only have one size eyelet, so we're going to be putting a larger one in here. So go ahead and do that. Let's go, let's go with one of these antique ones. think I did that upside down. I did. Okay, let me see if I can re-squish it there. Turn this over. I always forget to turn my crocodile over. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. And so let's see if we like the dangle I made earlier, or if we want to go a different direction. So I have these beads. They're a little brighter than the colors in the kit, but some of them still do match. So what I need to do is I've got a bulb pin here, and I'm going to figure out the best way to hang this on here, and then attach this through the knot. And let's see, which way do we want to be the top and which way do we want to be the bottom? I think I'll make this the top, and I'm just going to poke it through the knot. But you could definitely tie your dangle onto this. I just had pre-made it. So let me go ahead and hook that on there. And there we go. This would make a beautiful little gift for a friend. So there's the beautiful dangle I made. But if you don't have beads, grab some of your tags or even a butterfly. You can hang that off of there. You know, just create some different lengths of strips of tags, and then maybe you can have like 3 different lengths of tags here. And, you know, cut them down into a strip and then put a word sentiment across here and hang that down. There's all kinds of different things. If you want to just, you know, tie some different colored trim or lace or beads, you could also do that. And then the way I want to keep this closed is I've got the little clip here, and I'm going to close it with that. If you don't like it over the words, we could also come over here to the side and do it, but I think might get in the way of our dangle here a little bit. Yeah, let's do it at the top. I think it'll be all right. And there you go. I don't have an exact name for this, but just another way to make a tag, and a tag with pockets that you can add to your journal. So you've got your pocket on the back, you have a pocket on the inside, you have a hidden journaling spot, and then you've also got this beautiful dangle. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys will give this a try. Go check out Pink Monarch Prints Etsy shop. And also, I forgot to mention, these 3 kits are in the shop, but if you are a member of their subscription, they have the Premier and the Gold, then you can receive this, the tags and the fussy cuts free if you're on the Premier subscription kit, and if you're on the Gold kit, it also includes the papers. Now, with that said, this is only available for a limited time on their website. It's listed under your subscription, so don't, you know, don't stall on this. If you want it, you need to go right away and get it. They make sure you're signed up for the newsletter each month, because then you'll get a email when they put out freebies like this. So, and like I said, it's only available for a short time. It may only be available, you know, for 1 or 2 weeks, and then it's gone. And then just like the subscription kits, you have to get it, you know, before it's gone. So go check that out. And thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that the rest of your day is wonderful. And I hope that you'll give these a try. Thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day. Bye.